Hey peeps, so I wanted to do my first health check-in, and if you all watch my channel at all, you'll know that I have I'm not gonna say it's just a strong passion, but I do feel very passionate about health and fitness and nutrition, and I'm no expert, but I just love to kind of encourage people along that journey because I know it's not easy, and I genuinely wish a health journey on every single person because it has been a very beautiful experience for me. You know, a trying experience, but a beautiful experience. So last year I started this group, and this group is called Small Percentage on Facebook. Now, I haven't been active in it. I think I was active for like a few months and then it stopped because eventually I wanted to grow into something bigger. But the reason it's called Small Percentage is because at that time, I think I looked up like how many people, you know, were actually, well, you can look up any statistics. So, you know, the obesity rates in America, or the people that, you know, have, you know, access to like kind of nutritional food, or people that eat healthier. I think we did studies like at the time, so this is 23, so I had studies from the previous year, like 22, and I think it was like only 40. I wanted every statistic that makes you healthy: your financial health, your mental health, your physical health. And so at the time it was like only like 30 to 40% of people. They did the study with maybe about close to 3,000 people. I think it was just a sample size. But out of those, only like 40% of people have read a full book. And these were like, you know, these were young adults. I forget the age range, but they were young adults, like ages 20 to like, I think close to 40. And it's just like the idea that people are not reading. And so you want to be in the small percentage. Does that make sense? Only 10% of people are like millionaires. So you want to be in the small percentage. They said over 62% of Americans, I think it was, 62% of Americans cannot cover $1,000 inconvenience. In that case, you want to be in a small percentage because inconveniences are going to happen. A lot of time, inconveniences are expensive. So if most Americans cannot even afford for something like their tires, something happened to their tires, that says a lot about us as an economy. And not to say that that's, you know, our fault, but the idea is you want to be in the small percentage until we're the dominant percentage, right? So I wanted to do bi-weekly check-ins, health check-ins, making sure y'all hitting those health goals, making sure y'all are in the gym, you know, finding something you enjoy. And at the top of the year, I think I talked about finding something you like working out. Like there are so many different avenues. Some people like Pilates, some people like running, some people like walking, some people like walking, some people like biking, some people like strength training. You have to find something because your body is literally meant to be active. You are not meant to just go to work, sit down at a desk, and then go home. You are not meant to be at rest majority of the time. Like there is some physical activity that should be happening. And so the goal for a lot of people is just like they get intimidated because we see these trainers on social media, and it's like, I don't want to go lift weights. And I'm gonna be honest, it was a time that I didn't care to lift weights. Now I enjoy it, but right now, my friend and I on a 3-month journey because we work out too much not to look the way we want to look. And so I am just like, I'm going to get this flat stomach and these abs. I don't care. I think it's visceral fat that's around your abdomen, like that's kind of around your organs, and that is the toughest for me to lose. So I'm on this journey of doing that, and I really got serious. Actually, today is literally week 3, 21 day. I woke up today and I was like, okay, even though it's Sunday, I'm not gonna cut up today because it's the weekend. I'm gonna eat healthy. I'm gonna do what I need to do. And so yeah, 21 days, I feel good. And I tried a new supplement. So everybody on TikTok is talking about this Miracle Move. It's supposed to be really good for your gut health. And I will say, a few things that they do be right. One is, I literally don't taste it. Like Miracle Move is good. I love Miracle Move. Well, let me not say I love it, but it has no taste. So I definitely don't have a problem taking it. So in it is a product, they call it Miracle Move, but it's colostrum, I think is what it's called, colostrum. And it's supposed to be really good for your gut health and really lining that gut wall, making sure stuff is coming out and cleansing. And of course a ton of other, but people swear by it. Now I've only been using it for 2 weeks now. And I will say, I used it in the morning, kind of how they say. And then they say that you can use it at night, like about an hour or 2 after your last meal. Now, I don't know about the morning because in my mind, I'm like, it's not a laxative, but I'm like, I think if I drink it, I should go to the restroom or something. In the mornings, I take it and go about my day, praying that it's working. But if I take it 2 hours at nighttime, it does not matter if I do not have to go to the restroom or not. It's coming out. So I think, I think I like the product so far. And so yeah, those are just, I just kind of want to talk about a few supplements that I like to just kind of aid me on my journey, like to keep energy. So I'm not taking a lot of unhealthy supplements. So another thing that I take every day is vitamin D. So I think over 50% of the world, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if this is the US statistic, I think it's global. 50% of the world is like vitamin D deficient. So I think the highest deficiencies are, somebody can let me know if I'm wrong on this, but I think the highest deficiencies are magnesium, vitamin D, and I want to say maybe vitamin A, probably a balance of vitamin A and vitamin C depending on where you are in the world, because you know, the access you have to the sun and all that has a lot to do with it. I think like people in Europe are very vitamin C deficient because of the sun or something like that, or maybe vitamin D deficient because of the sun. Either way, I'm not a health expert, but yes, vitamin D is one of those, and I found a good vitamin D and I take it. I will put some, the benefits of Miracle Move, kind of by what I'm talking about from Miracle Move, and then I'll put the benefits of vitamin D. And another thing that I've been taking for the past, almost a year now, I started like last summer, black seed oil. So of course weight loss is one of my goals, so black seed oil really helps with that. But black seed oil, honestly, for me, I feel like it's helped my skin. I didn't realize the skin and like hair benefits until a few weeks after I started taking it last year. And I was just like, I was going through a season where my skin was changing and I felt like it was a little dry. And before I was like, I need to save money so I can actually buy a good product. But I had started taking black seed oil and I could not figure out, I was like, well, my skin is starting to feel better. And I couldn't figure out what it was, but I really think it's that black seed oil. So I feel like skin, hair, and nails it probably has a good bit of biotin, I imagine. I'm not sure. The black seed oil is something I take every day as well. And I'm not a big pill person, y'all. So my vitamin D is the only pill. The colostrum is a powder. The black seed oil is literally an oil. I just put a little tablespoon every morning. So this is stuff that takes me less than a minute to take. And then I also take a fat burner just to curb my appetite, just to get my metabolism moving, and to kind of give me energy, because I've kind of like tried to move away from certain products because they're not as healthy. And of course, the unhealthy stuff is normally like the most affordable stuff. Go figure. So yes, those are my favorite supplements that I take every day. Let me know what supplements you take. But yes, those are some of my favorites so far. And another thing, okay, for my people that like to work out, but they don't want to take all the unhealthy pre-workout. I think I found this on TikTok. A trick, like a natural pre-workout. Get you some honey. They sell plant-based honey in Kroger too, by the way. It's like $4 or $5, but I love it. So get you some honey, and then get you some either be Celtic salt or I think a good Himalayan salt. I forgot the kind of other salt that you can use. But take that. I put a little bit on my thumb and I lick it, but you can just put a little bit on the spoon and put that little salt and take it about 30 minutes or an hour before your workout. I'm telling y'all, it literally works. I have not taken pre-workout in like a year. Like the only time is if I'm in a rush, I'm not at home, I may stop and get like an Alani Nu and drink half of an energy drink or something like that. But I quit taking pre-workout. And so of course there's some good ones out there. They're expensive, but if you want to do pre-workout, do that. But I'm telling y'all, try the natural pre-workout, okay? But yes, so just with the health check-in, I just wanted to know, like, what do y'all want to talk about as far as health? Because I have a lot of avenues I want to talk about. And I'm not going to make these segments longer. I just kind of want them to be a check-in. But my message today is just start where you are. Like, start where you are on your health journey. Don't wait until next week. Make you a plan today and start tomorrow, even if it's in the smallest of ways. And then make your big plan over the weekend. But I've been Instacarting, and it's crazy because I feel like when you have a certain lifestyle, you honestly live in a bubble where you think everybody eats the way you eat. Like in my mind, most people don't eat pork anymore. In my mind, people are not eating ramen noodles. Like in my mind, I thought we were more health conscious as a society, in which we really are. The plant-based community is growing, vegan community is growing, healthier options are growing, people are more aware. So I'm not gonna say that there is not growth, but Instacarting, honestly, and honestly, I would like to say, oh, it's like if I deliver in, kind of, neighborhoods that are not as great. But honestly, everybody eating the junk. Like, you have very few people that are just, honestly, most of my orders, and I hate it. Like, I was delivering the other day, and my first order, it was Friday. My first order on Friday, it was like the chocolate chip cookies was in the order. It was 2 of the Kool-Aid Jammer boxes. What else is in that basket? Because I was like, it's stuff that I said, honey buns. I hadn't had honey bun in years, maybe. Oh my goodness. It was so much junk. And I was just thinking, I literally said, God, thank you for delivering me from that. Because there was a time when I was younger that I just thought it didn't matter anyways. It's the idea like, you're gonna die someday, I'm alive, I'm just happening in this movie, it doesn't matter. But y'all, what you'll quickly find out is, when you're going through phases in your life where you're, not the sole reason for depression, but you'll find out that things like being depressed often, being lazy, like, or even not even having the body type, your skin, diseases that you may catch, or, health concerns that you may have. It's not diseases, maybe like health concerns. A lot of it is rooted in diet. Diabetes, y'all, I'm gonna be honest, until like 2 or 3 years ago, I didn't know that diabetes was mostly like preventable and curable. I always thought it was just something like, oh, maybe it runs in the family or something. And it's like 98, if you talk to a nutritionist, if you talk to people that diagnose diabetes, physicians or anyone, they'll tell you it's diet. It all comes back to what you're eating. And that's why it's a joke right now on social media that, like the villain and the real villain in a movie. And for Soul Food, it had a picture of Terry as the villain, and it had a picture of Sugar, and they were like, that's the real villain of the movie. And I'm like, yes. I get it, y'all. I grew up in Mississippi and Jackson, Tennessee. I grew up in the South, frying foods, eating chitlins, all that kind of stuff. And it's like, but when you grow up and you're more aware, make better options. I know there are food deserts. Do not get me wrong. I know that produce, I just saw this study literally last night because I want to talk about health today. And when I saw a study, it said that healthier options are more expensive in poorer neighborhoods. But you don't even have variety. But it was like so an apple, for example, in a poor neighborhood is more expensive than it is in a neighborhood that has that is an affluent neighborhood and actually has more produce. And it's like, so I get that those things exist. That's why my message is just start where you are. If it's just eating more fruit this week, like start eating more fruit. If it's like, hey, I can't cut back on eating my hot chips, my honey, all at once, just take away one. Start somewhere. Look at what it is that is the source of like, what is it that you can't have that is unhealthy? Because if it does not serve your body, it is not going to serve you. A lot of things you can't get through because you have poor diet. And a lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. Your diet is poor. I'm not telling you to go on a strict fast. I'm not telling you to go keto. I'm not telling you about anything. And it's just, if we talk about just like pork, like trying to wean yourself off pork, it wasn't as hard for me as I thought it was going to be. Honestly, my only pork hang up was just like pork kind of being inside of stuff that I like. Like if I had a baked potato and put bacon on it, I would eat it. But I wasn't just like cooking bacon often. But if you just know, and you just kind of look at like, okay, so this is one of the most unclean animals ever. You look at the junk, and you talk to people that work with meat and stuff, you're like, let me stop putting this in my body, And so I'll talk more on the next episode, just kind of about where I started my journey and how I started, because now I've incorporated. So I used, almond tortillas. I used jackfruit for the meat, vegan cheese. It was good. So my egg rolls were good. My vegan egg rolls, plant-based egg rolls were good. And then my plant-based quesadillas, I don't even like quesadillas, but I'm telling y'all, they were really, really, really good. And so, I'm gonna post some little screenshots. My pictures didn't turn out that cute, but I'm gonna post at least the ingredients that I use. But I do want to talk about the next time, just kind of my journey and how I started, because it was a journey for me. And honestly, I feel like even to get to where I am now, it's been about at least about 5 or 6 years in the making. Like I remember my first time trying vegan food, I was like, I can do without it, And so, start where you are. If that looks like, hey, you know that most people are not eating enough fruit, buy some fruit this week. You know, if you know you have a very high carb intake, like you love junk food, just try reducing your junk food. Maybe if you have chips every day, like 2 days without chips this week. Like, start somewhere, because it's a journey. And I say that all the time. I have a friend now, she's been working out for a year. And oh my God, I wish if she gave me permission to post pictures and stuff of her. She's about 30 to 40 pounds down now. And she loves back, like, so she does a lot of back exercises and stuff. But just looking at her back now, I'm like, girl, like, you are doing it. And she was like, this is so crazy. Like, I never thought I was gonna. She's like, I've never worked out for a year straight. And so we worked out about 3 or 4 times a week. And she started with me literally last January. And so it's like we're doing this little journey. I don't know if I talked about this at the beginning. I forget. Sorry, y'all. I recorded a lot today. And so we're doing a journey right now, our 3-month journey, and we went running yesterday. And so we ran 4 miles, and she was just like, you know, when we got to the end, she was like, I feel like I'm a beginner, and you're like intermediate, close to expert. I'm not an expert runner, by the way. I can hold my own. But she was like, the fact that it's like, she was like, you know, as long as I can see you, I'm like, I'm doing okay. She's like, sometimes you'll get really far away from me, and I'm like, as long as I can see her, I'm keeping my pace, I'm keeping my distance. And so it's just like, I'm so proud of her, because getting her to run a year ago would have been no-go. Like, she was not gonna do it. She's like, no, I don't know, I want to do step only. And so it's a journey, and just watching her even on her nutrition journey, like now she has new supplements that she's taking, figuring out what works for her. So it's a journey. So I know, I just want to encourage whoever is watching this, like, just start wherever you are and start small, because even those small changes will inspire big changes. You think maybe you just eating a little bit of fruit, and it's like, before you know it, you'll be eating fruit, and then you'll start making smoothies, and then you'll be juicing. Like, you don't know. It's a journey. And so, yeah, we'll check in 2 weeks. But my encouragement and my homework this week is change something this week. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's cutting back from something. I don't know if it's adding something, but change something this week. So we can be in a small percentage, okay? We're trying to be in that small percentage of people that's eating better, you know, that's working out, that's got our health together. And yeah, so let me know what else y'all want to do for health check-ins. But this is a bi-weekly health check-in. So y'all tap in with me in the comments, like, comment, subscribe, share. We can really create a community out of this, because I know a lot of people need to be pushed, or they need the advice, or they may want to try supplements or certain workouts. And so hopefully we can help each other throughout this journey. So I will see y'all the week after next. Toodles.
So, have you subscribed yet? Click that button and tell a friend to tell a friend.